Okay, well, good evening, Liddell and Brent. I hope he's with you, and Marcy and Dudley's. Hi, guys. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I am recording, so that's good. Hi, Jen. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I have some announcements I want to go over. And just so you know, well, that's with all of us, though. It's so funny because tonight I realized with my kids and my husband that sometimes my positivity is an annoyance to them. So I'm just giving you a disclosure that I'm going to continue to be positive through all of this because my faith is stronger than my fear, and we're going to get through this crazy season of life. And I am not going to pay attention to the crazy. I'm going to pay attention to the good and the positive, and just know that there's going to be so many lessons that we can learn through this that we can pay forward to other people, whether it's through our lives personally or what we see around us or whatever it may be that comes our way. So I am believing in that. So first of all, we have to do a huge shout out to our Performance Club qualifiers that have qualified already for the month of March. So that is Matthew DeSimone, Marcy, congratulations. Jen Pensinger, congratulations. Katie Gaskell, she also qualified. Doris Roberts qualified just today. And then we also have Tamara from TB Vaness. And Katie and Tamara are brand new distributors just this month, and they have qualified for the March Performance Club. So huge, huge congratulations to you. Again, that is 2 new enrollments with 100 PV. Then you get to be on this special Facebook page that the Poes have created, and they bring in the creme de la creme. And these people come in and give their heart and soul in motivating you and guiding you and equipping you to really build your business in a really positive, big way. Hi, Jen Schreiner. Thanks for coming on. Okay, also I wanted to let you know I did an Axio live today on the Vitality Living page. So go there. It's just me highlighting the product of the month that the company is highlighting. And I went through the benefits of Axio, and then Jen Pensinger and Colleen Holtz, because I couldn't do Zoom to Facebook then either. I played their testimonies over the phone and played those as well. And they're so, so good. Each one of them giving a testimony of their sons and how Axio has benefited their life. So it's something that is a great thing to get back to your prospects that you have invited to Vitality Living and tag them on that post. Because in the end too, we do a call of action to have them get samples if they have not yet, or if they have gotten samples to pull that trigger finally and get that product in, and it will be shipped directly from distribution to their front doorstep from the US, manufactured in the US. So the other thing is Pro 5 Summit. We don't talk about that a lot, but that just took place in the Salt Lake City area. And I really want to plant that seed in your minds. Pro 5 Summit is probably one of the best events that LifeVantage puts on. It's a very small event. I remember when I went, there were maybe, I'm not even trying to guess, but it's for brand new Pro 5s. And you are there rubbing elbows with everyone from the corporate staff, our science advisory team. Everyone is there, and then they fly in elite distributors to do training at the Pro 5 Summit, and it's so personalized. You're in a classroom setting that is not very big. They host a couple dinners while you're there. You get to do a fun activity. They really just treat you like royalty. So put the Pro 5 Summit on your radar as part of your vision. You get picked up at the airport in a limo, taken to your own room at this little resort. It's just an amazing event. I'll never forget going there. Hi, Diana. Hi, Jen Dykstra. Hi, Laura Nowicki. I'll never forget having gone there, you guys, and being able to sit by the fireplace in a couch talking to Master Pro 10 Mark Shinsato. And it was like the greatest thing. So Pro 5 is $20,000 in organizational volume. You at that point have to have at least 3 legs that can qualify to give you that $20,000 in volume and balance. But just really keep that on your radar. There's been some amazing testimonies that have come from that weekend and how it's helped people just build their belief by being around the corporate staff. And we'll talk about that in a second. So we had an elite Zoom this morning, and Dave Fleming, one of our sales managers, talked about the fact that he's really been watching the news in China. And he's seen that in China, there have been less and less cases that have been coming to the forefront and that things are getting better there. So I just believe things are going to get better here. And it may get worse before it gets better, but we're going to make it through. We always do. And I was talking to Jen Dykstra today too, and this might just be a time where God's really trying to slow down the country. He's trying to slow down the world. He's trying to bring it to the forefront that we're trying too hard to do things on our own, to keep up with the Joneses. We're acting too quickly, we're moving too quickly, and it's time to just slow down a little bit. And I think that's kind of a beautiful lesson that we can take from this. So when we can do Zooms like this as much as possible, I want to do that because I love seeing your faces, and I think it's important for us to come together. But we have such a gift that we can be sharing with people at this time as well. The regional meetings, we all know those are canceled up until May 16th at this point. And I believe after May 16th, when they open those back up, and we will have Austin, Texas, May 30th. We'll have Denver, Colorado, June 2nd, and then Indianapolis, Indiana, June 13th. Those are the 3 events that I believe our team will have the most accessibility to. Those are going to be a party. People are going to be so ready to get out and come together. So for $49, I would really highly encourage you to invest in and get your tickets so you can start planning your trip there. It's a great time to buy tickets to fly anywhere. So really think ahead to get which one you're going to go to, how you're going to get there. If you've already bought a ticket, I will look into the transfer of that ticket. I know that it'll be very easy for them to take care of that for you. So that's an exciting thing. Also, in place of the regional events, our company is so amazing. They want to continue to give us a platform to build our belief, to keep learning, and also give us an avenue to really expose our opportunity to our prospects. So starting this Saturday, don't know what that date is, 21st, I think. Starting this Saturday, they are going to have basically a live webinar every Saturday for the next 8 weeks. It will start at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time and go for 90 minutes. They're going to have about 4 to 5 speakers on this Saturday webinar. And during the webinar, each speaker is going to have about a 15-minute section. It'll be like a TED Talk time. They're going to talk about anything from products to business to whatever they can think of. And again, every Saturday. And I would just highly encourage you. They didn't want that to, Jen. She asked, will that interfere with LVA? LifeVantage Academy is not a corporate sponsored event. That is an event that is put on by Master Pro 10 Marcel Niederhauser and his organization. So they did not intend to overlap those, but LVA is the 3rd Saturday of every month, and those will still continue. So many of you have purchased a ticket through Eventbrite for the LVA this weekend. If you did, that will still take place via also a webinar online, and that will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I don't know what the format will look like for that, but you will be given access to get onto that. So there will still be an LVA this weekend as well, but then after that, every Saturday, also from 10 to 11:30, corporate will put on a live webinar as well. Also, in conjunction with that, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, there will be an opportunity presentation that you can invite people to. This opportunity presentation, I believe it will probably be 1 distributor, maybe sometimes 2. It will be an elite distributor, and every Tuesday you will see the same slide deck. They will be using the same PowerPoint. It will be very consistent. They'll go through products, they'll go through opportunity. It will be more opportunity focused, I can tell you that. The products will not be very detailed. It will be just a skim of them. It will be very compliant. And there will probably be a hard emphasis on the opportunity. So think about that as you're inviting people. I think this is a great time to have opportunity presentations like that available to us when people have more time at home and maybe are thinking about the time in their life when it's time to finally start that side hustle. So we will be getting emails on that information. Also, make sure that you are a member of the official LifeVantage Distributor Facebook page, and you'll see notifications on that page as well. Okay, Darren and Justin Rose and Brandon Cunningham did a live just last week from the Pro5 Summit. And in that live, they were coming from the Pro5 Summit. I already said that. I had my Axio way this morning. Anyway, it was basically a State of the Union for LifeVantage as a company. And it was so funny because at one point, Darren Jensen says, yeah, remember the old days last week when we could all gather together in the same room? But anyway, what he does and the way he runs a company, I am so grateful that we are a part of his leadership, you guys. He basically let us know that LifeVantage has been way ahead of the curve. They've been watching this for months before anybody else was watching it, that when it comes to the raw materials that are needed to make our products, we have an excess amount we will not run out during this time. We have plenty on hand. We have plenty of product on hand. Our distribution centers are not other places in the world. They are in the US, in Atlanta, and in Salt Lake City. And we will not have a problem getting the product to people. So that is a beautiful thing. Remember, we have free shipping on everything. And remember, we have that 30-day money-back guarantee now that we can also offer to people whether it's open or unopened. So that is such a blessing for people. Some of the employees of LifeVantage, they will still be working at corporate, and they also already have people equipped to be able to work from home. If for some reason that becomes mandated as well, they have exactly what they need. I believe one of the teams already has been working from home. The other thing is customer service calls that have been coming in. They said that 92% of all the calls coming into the call center have been answered in about 60 seconds. That's amazing. And the longest hold time right now is about 6 minutes. That is great, great news. So everything at LifeVantage, that is to say everything at LifeVantage is functioning business as usual. And we should be so lucky that we are a part of this. It's online time. People are going to be looking at things online. So more than ever before, I'm not you, but if I were you, I would say to you, do the DMO. Break out that DMO. I have had some coffee appointments scheduled with women, and I'm turning them into Zooms, just connecting with them through Zoom online. I think that's a really fun thing to do. It becomes a great time to connect with people because we all have something to talk about right now because we're all going through something very similar. So striking up conversation should be very easy. And just connecting people that way, I think, is a really beautiful thing. Tonight I had, I wish they were on here, but Jessica and Caleb Erdmanchek, she sent me a video, and Caleb works at a bar part-time, and those tips and those wages are something that they rely on, and he's not going to have that now because they're not going to be open. And she said, we're ready to build, we're ready to go. And she said, I just wanted advice on that, on what we should be saying to people. And she sent me a video through Facebook Messenger, and I said to her, do exactly what you just did. Her passion that she shared with me and me being able to see her face was everything. And to share a story of the fact that Caleb had a part-time job, making extra income in an industry that now will not be running is something that will hurt them possibly, but they've had their hands on this amazing opportunity and they are ready to run with it. And they know that other people are probably thinking the same thing. So now more than ever, we want to share this with people we love and we know. And if you're open and you want to take a look, let us know. That's what we need to be saying. People are going to be hurting. And it is our job to be as compassionate as possible. It is not our job to go out there and talk about the fact, I have a home-based business and I'm so lucky and blah, 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 you know, because we're all still building this. This is not about throwing things in people's faces. And it's also having grace with people, knowing that during this time, they may not be ready right now. They've got to just get through some stuff first. They've got to figure some stuff out. But you paying attention and you just engaging and just being a good friend and just loving on them and seeing if they need anything sometimes is enough. So be that person. As much as we're going to hear about the fact that it is online time, like I said, and it's a great time to build, just do it with boundaries and just be very careful about your intentions. Your intentions should always be love. Your intention should always be to be a friend and just to be there for people. And that's what they're going to appreciate, because I'm sure that they're going to have other people coming at them that are going to do the nasty things that they're expecting everybody else to do. And we're just not going to be those people. Okay. Okay, the other thing I wanted to say was Jen Reed Dykstra had a great storyboard on her Facebook stories about hand washing. I didn't even think of that. Like, how many of you have been using our hand cream over and over again lately? Are we not so grateful for our hand cream? It's the greatest thing ever. So I'm going to post that in Team Act for you guys to have as an example that you could use yourself. It was just so good. And it's $12. I just thought it was so, so good. And then the other thing too, I got a couple questions about this today in the last week, actually, about third-party validation. Yes, post what you use. Thank you, Jen. I would appreciate that. I want to speak to more about third-party validation because I don't speak about that enough. But even now, while we're doing a lot of stuff online, I want you to remember that with third-party validation, you can do that through Facebook Messenger. You could do that through a group text. You could do it by bringing someone on to a Zoom. But when I do a third party, I'm always very open about why I'm doing it. So if I'm talking to somebody that is interested in the products, I first of all want to know their story. I want to know why they're interested in the first place, because through doing that, I'm building some trust. So now that I know why they're truly interested, then I let them know I'm going to send them a tool, which would be the Biohack and Activate. When would be a good time for them to look at that? Because I know they're going to have questions after they've done it. And if I just give it to them now and they don't have time to watch it, I don't want to be a pain in your side. So tell me when you truly have time to watch it, and then I can follow up with you. And then when you follow up with them, let some people know that you're going to be following up, that you have somebody that's going to be watching the video tomorrow at 10 a.m. And just say, if they have questions, here's their story. I know you have a story similar to theirs. It's always so good to find a third-party validator that has a story similar to the person you're speaking to. And then when you follow up with them, say, start the conversation in Facebook Messenger or start the conversation in a text group as you start following up with them and saying, look, I've got my friend Tanya on this text as well, or I've got my friend Tanya in this Facebook message as well, because I know that you said you've been dealing with some headaches or some issues on focusing, and she's just got some really great information I know she could share with you, if you wanted to. Plus, I wanted you to meet her. And so that opens up a conversation there, right? And then I always say too, it's always great to get validation from somebody else. I know that you trust me. I know that you appreciate hearing this from me, but let's be honest. We all like knowing somebody else's story as well to know that this is real. Just be really honest about it. If you're talking to them about business, I have always said to them, look, I've got my friend Nikki, I've got my friend Michelle. I'm going to get her on the phone, or I'm going to put her in this message thread with us, because if you're really considering doing this business, I want you to see how simple it is. I want you to see that you'll have support, that you have other people that will be working for you. So I've got them in here too. You can hear a little bit about their story and they can share with you, and I don't have to do a thing, and you'll see how simple the system is. It's just a very honest, raw approach. But third-party validation goes a long way. And especially as we're doing a lot of online stuff, again, that Facebook Messenger, making it about the voices, people talking back and forth, or doing the videos back and forth. Great, great thing. I also want to give you a heads up that I did ask Nikki Elsing. We talked at our Super Saturday this last Saturday about having another Facebook Live event that we could invite people to and make it like a week-long thing where we just allow groups, everybody else's groups, to invite people to the page. We get people on there doing lives about their stories, and then we lead up to an opportunity presentation. And I asked Joanne and Nikki if they would both do it, being registered dietitians. Joanne has a lot going on right now. She cannot, so I asked Nikki if she would possibly do it again with me. And then Nikki could talk about the products, and then I could finish it up with the business. So I am working on that because I thought the last one we did was really fun. And if we can be organized with it and get a lot of people to interact and bring a lot to that page, it just would be a great place for people right now online to take a look at something that they have time to look at, right? Okay, so with that, I'm going to share my screen really quick because you guys should have seen me. I was a crazy person tonight. I was looking over and over and over again I was Googling anything positive, positive news, positive this, positive that. I just want to feed you and keep you going, right? This is a time when we should not stop. We should not quit working. We should not stop reaching out to people. We have such a gift, but again, heart first. Do it with a heart-centered intention. And I mentioned last night in the Sunday night training, Andy Stanley has this quote, "Play the game when no one knows there's a game being played." And basically it's about the fact of, here's an example. I meet a person 7 years ago that's a real estate agent, and I don't need a real estate agent at that time in my life. But this real estate agent, because of the connection that we made, she stays in contact with me. She's a friend. She continues to reach out. It's almost like she's following up. And I don't know she's following up. I just think she's a great person, and I'm so glad I have this friend in my life. And now the time comes in my life when I need a real estate agent, and she's going to be the first one I think of. Or something happens in her life, and I'm not going to hesitate to help her because of what she's done for me. She was playing the game when I didn't even know there was a game being played. Does that make sense? And I love that. And it's not this hidden underlying agenda. It's just really being a good, kind person, planting the seed with people, letting them know what you do. And then when something like this hard hits in their life, they're thinking about you because they know you have a side hustle because you didn't stop staying in touch with them. Anyway, that being said, I found a video. I think it's pretty good, and I'm going to play it for
you. What's stopping you? Are you too tired? Didn't get enough sleep? Don't have enough energy? Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you right now? Don't have enough money? Is that the thing? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
Excuses sound best to the person that's making them up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the pity potty. Telling everybody your sad and sob stories, trying to get people to show up to your pity parties and your pity parades. If you ever see me in a Rolls Royce, a 6 or 7 star hotel, living my life to the fullest, don't get jealous of me, because I work my ass off to get it. Nobody handed me nothing. Wake your ass up. Awaken the beast inside. It's game on. It's go season. It's time for you to take advantage of the access and the resources that you have in your country and your community. You got a problem with your life. You got a problem with your environment. Do something about it. If you want it, go get it.
Recognize the excuses are not valid. They're conjured up, they're fabricated, they're lies. And how do you stop the lies? You stop the lies with the truth. And the truth is, you have time. You have the skill, you have the knowledge and the support and the willpower and the discipline to get it done.
truth of everything good in life begins with change. Everything is uphill this morning. And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap, and it's not going to be something that, oh my God, it's just it's so simple. It's always going to be difficult. If you want it, you got to go get it. This is your chance. This is your shot. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your place. This is your opportunity. This is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today. It's your dream. If you want to have it, reach your foot up and make it happen. If you want to have it, rise and rise. You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. It's grind season.
Okay. All right, guys, let's pray. Heavenly Father, this is just a crazy time. And I know that in times like this, the enemy just is so happy. Like he just wants to keep us down. He wants to keep us seated. He wants us to be sad and to have no hope and to just do the things we're not supposed to do. And I just pray for this group and anyone that's watching this playback that we don't give in to any of that. That instead we wake up every day full of gratitude for what we do have, for what you have given us, for every place that you are, and for the fact that we do have this time to just assess things, that we have this time to be more present than ever in our own lives, that we have this time more than ever to really focus on others and to be a light and to be positive and to be the ones that are getting up and to be the ones that are offering a hand or offering an open ear or willing to have that tough conversation with somebody. Let us lead by example during this time. Show us the way to do that. Guide us through it. Help everyone on the Zoom to take every step forward every single day, Lord. Even if it's just for a little bit, help us to stay disciplined to our future, to our dreams, to the path that you have for us, to the calling that you've given to us for our life. Help us to be disciplined and obedient in that. Help us to be obedient to you so that everything else can come together and we live a life filled with hope and can walk through this season just carrying that torch instead of walking through this season feeling so heavy. I just pray that for all of us. Expand our territories, expand our capacity to what we can deal with, and just bless everyone. Keep them healthy, keep them safe, and again, help us to bless others. Show us who we're supposed to talk to, help us with what we're supposed to say, and show us where we're supposed to go, even maybe sometimes when we're not supposed to. Just lead us and help us to hear your voice on a daily basis, minute by minute, so that we can make the most of this time. Thank you so much for this community. Thank you so much for your protection over LifeVantage. We know there's just so many amazing things to come. And we give it all to you. In your name, amen. All right there, kids. Anybody got anything? Anyone? All right, well, thanks for watching this playback. If you watch this, I sure hope that you do. And thanks everybody for coming on tonight. I so appreciate it. Plug in, keep plugging in. Don't be silent now. Now is a time more than ever to plug in. Just if it's just to see faces, right? We're gonna need it. So keep it up, keep going. I love you guys so much and we'll talk to you later. All righty.